Oh.
All right, Mr. K, I got something for you. We couldn't make a book because unfortunately, Cerberus owns all the book companies, and I'd rather die than work with Cerberus again. So there you go. If you could open that really quick.
Yep.
And,
also, I talked to Franny. He can't make it because he's been sick, but I'm gonna relay everything to him, and he'll let me know.
Beautiful.
All right, Slay. All right, give me just one quick.
So how's your time at a jail been?
You know, it's been pretty good
right.
doing community service for the police and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh,
I'm so sorry it happened.
Again, Kay?
What community? You know, this should count as community service. You're serving a
True.
community.
You are serving a community.
You know, this should count. This should. I should, you know, just bang all my hours out. I gotta do 4 hours a week.
If you need us to sign, we will sign. Because this will take a little bit. All right, so let's start with this. So basically, we wanted to show you like a little overall of what we've already had. We wanted to do a recap of what we did last year, what we did really good, what we can improve on, and what you know, we're going to do this year to improve on it. And also, we have 2 slides that's like basically it just says like what we already can do without any help at all, and then what we need help with, but that will
There's
come,
also
you know, further
numbers
along.
on the pages, so we can, you know, go to the new page and, you know.
So we're on page number 2 right now.
Okay.
Obviously, last year it was successful. It was the best Pride event that we've done so far. You know,
Honestly, the best event I think the city has seen, to be honest.
It was really good. It was, you know, in both NA and NAU time zones, we made sure that we were present.
What the?
Oh,
Ricardo!
Oh, that's not.
what the fuck happened?
Oh my god! Where the fuck did you go?
We just lost 3 people? No?
2.
What happened?
What the fuck?
Hello?
Oh, they went. There must be a hole in the floor.
Oh,
That's crazy. Aries, we might need to
What the hell?
It's
just
already gonna
happened?
be
infrastructure.
Yeah, it's getting new construction in work.
Oh, well,
Anyway.
that was weird.
Anyways, girl.
Right. So as I was saying, we brought you know, multiple props and clothing into the city. We were able to have everybody enjoy those the whole month. All of our events had like record attendances, and we even had a nice spray, which we didn't even like ask for. It got brought onto us by an artist that really wanted that to happen, so we were super happy about that. As you guys can tell, basically everybody supported Pride. It was just a really good month for everybody.
Also, an update on the Pride spray for 2023. I have already talked to Ruby, and she said that she is down to recreate another one. So,
Slay. Well, and also on slide number 3, you can see basically all of our Pride ads that we did throughout the month. These are just like 5 of them because we had way more, but
8.
we worked with Mr. Delicious and he made all of our ads. He's just just
some of
perfect
them
for everything we
were,
did.
You know, gifts or gifs, whatever you want to call them, so it can't be put onto this presentation.
So, what was successful of last year? Obviously, our clothing. You know, it was a huge success. Everybody was seen throughout June wearing at least one of them. You know, to this day, we still get people saying how much they miss the clothing. So that is definitely something we plan to implement again. The decorations, I feel like without the decorations, it wasn't as impactful as it could have been. Like, these decorations made everything so much better. So I'm glad that they were brought on. Our events was really good. I'm glad that they were really good because, you know, the next thing is planning. We planned them for 6 months. We're in March now. We're already starting to plan that. So we have enough time to make sure that everything is successful. And if anything goes bad, then we can, you know, plan ahead of it. So for the next slide, what can we improve on? Obviously, some of the clothing was made of poor fabrics and it was basically unwearable. So we're already working with some tailors to see if they can, you know, up the quality of our clothing to see if everything works. The Pride floats, they were amazing for the parades. Unfortunately, the routes that we chose for the Pride parade, it was just really bad. I feel like we should have taken a shorter route, and we should have had that float looked by a mechanic prior to having a bunch of people on top of them.
Oh,
it kept blowing up, right?
It was so bad.
And we burnt the whole city too.
Yeah, like we didn't just burn
the
up
whole
the
city down.
Yeah, we should work out a route that would work for the height of whatever we're using. So you don't have to hit poles.
Just very
and stuff.
short route.
Yeah.
We can use the same one because we did one Pride parade at the end of the month, and that was literally just one street, and it was successful. No explosion, nothing happened. It was really good. So I think that's what we're gonna go.
Yeah,
through
we do a
again
shorter route and just drive slower, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that's important for us, we need to definitely expand to see if we can get an AU-based team. Because even though we did events on that time zone, we basically had to sacrifice our sleep for that. Because, unfortunately, there was too short notice to plan a whole team and for them to do it. But if we can grab a team that can do their events without us having to be there, that would be amazing. Because us being awake for 2 events in a row, it's just a lot. And the most important thing I think today that we're going to talk about is definitely the access to this. We brought all the Pride decorations, the props, the clothing, and everything, but we weren't able to access them. We had to go through a third party, basically Cerberus, which caused a bunch of issues for our event. So the one thing that we definitely want to ask for this year is for us to have access to our own items that we brought, paid for, and look. All right, so on slide number 7 is the things that we have so far. So what we have so far is the props and decorations from last year, which again, we hope to have access. The clothing from last year is already being worked on. So we have everything fitting. Another thing we have is the bimbos. They have the business called Bimbotique. They made a Pride collection, and we will be bringing that Pride collection in with our old clothing. So, hopefully that will be all good. And the good thing about that Pride collection is that it's already good quality and optimized for our bodies. So that's amazing. And the events, we've already started planning a lot of the events. I think we have 7 just in mind. We haven't obviously gone through the logistics because we're still waiting to see what's the outcome of this meeting. We plan to do the same thing of doing 2 to 3 events for both time zones during the whole month. All right, for the most important slide, number 8. What do we need help with? So we need to make sure that the mixing stages that we have for Midas, they're actually, functional into the city. What I mean about this is for us to be able to do this, we have a lot of dominoes that we need to make sure that they fall into place. Number 1, we need to make sure that whoever the next mayor is, they look at the storefront guidelines and they change one legislation which Cerberus sneaked in there. They basically put an exclusivity clause on the mics and event-based items that they can only sell them. If we make sure that the next mayor that is planning to run against them, aka Osvaldo, if he wins, he already basically said that he would work with us and help us get what we need in terms of legislative. For the access to our own mics and stages, that's something that we need approval of. So I need a direct email approval from a figurehead of the city for me to be able to send to the construction team for them to be able to start working. It's not okay, this is going to happen. It's more like an email okay, you can start working on this because we approved of it. That's kind of the most important thing because I've already been in contact with a couple of people, but they can't start anything until they get approval, if you know what I mean. Something else. We do need construction assistance. I've reached out to a lot of people, but everybody is busy. So if you guys have any connections to anybody that could help us or are interested in helping us with Pride, that would be amazing. We definitely need some people that could help us with props and, decorations and one of the Pride inspired stages that we're working on. So that would be really good.
Do you have like a list of props you're looking for and ideas for the stage?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Okay.
We
awesome.
have ideas. We just need somebody that can make those ideas come to
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And we'll pay for them as well and crypto money. If
Yes.
need be.
Yes.
Of course. It's not
Yeah, we
for
can get
free.
that taken care of.
And the last thing, we need somebody who can have a really good communication with the train conductor because unfortunately, you know, changes have happened and I'm the only one of pictures right now that has the, you know, first class ticket, as we say. So during the month, well, you know, I would like for the people that are working the event to be able to actually wake up and work the events. Because,
So
you know,
it was also a little bit of an issue last year as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be able to have those few things, that would be really good. So actually have a preview of some of the things that we have if you go on slide 9.
Yes.
So obviously we have some of the stuff that we had last year that we would like access to, you know, personally, but we also have, you know, some new props. As you can see, the one in the middle, the one with a little heart, that's new. The one on the bottom left, you can't really tell, but there's like an
It's a
arch made of
balloon.
balloons.
Yep.
There's different placeable flags all over. And on the right side, we have, you know, new art and new lights for like the different trees in the city and stuff like that. So that's basically all from us. If you really like want to take one thing out of the whole thing, would be site number 8. That's mainly what we have basically, you know, see that we need help with that we can't really do by ourselves until we get, well, basically all of those bullet points like looked through. So this is why we wanted to bring it to you. We obviously do not want to have any servers involvement with this, and you being investors with us, obviously we want to bring this to like CG because we definitely want you guys to back this event this year, especially since like I think our most successful event throughout that month was the CG Drag Night. Like we had so much fun and it was just like everybody loved it. So yeah, that is our little spiel for you.
All right, so let me just do a little recap here. So you need first mics and stages, working ones. Make sure those are set. 2, approval from the big man to get things rolling.
Yeah.
3, help with construction on the props and the stage and whatever other items. And then finally, train tickets for that month.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all these
I know
seem
it's a lot.
very doable. I don't think it's too much, actually.
Well, yeah, we try to, you know, basically do as much as we can on our side so we don't have to ask for everything. And thankfully, a lot of this work is already done from last year. So all we really need to do is make sure that we can actually access it. And if we can do that, we'll be good. We'll be solid, and Pride is going to be just as successful or even better than last year.
All right.
I think that the main thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go on. Okay, so I think that the main thing that we're trying to focus on this year is I guess the best way that you can explain it is we're trying to take back Pride. We're trying to do it ourselves rather than having to, I guess you could say, not necessarily rely on anybody.
Yeah, corporation over your shoulders.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
A corporation that has blacklisted some of us, so.
Yep. Exactly. Like we've waited almost like 8 hours for a single item that we need for our events, and I just don't want to have to deal with that again, you know, when we deserve what we like. It's not like we're gonna just take it and just run with it, you know. Competition is healthy, you know. You don't always need to gatekeep stuff. So let's have our little, you know, what we deserve, and hopefully this year Pride will be run by us.
Yeah, I think we can make that happen. Everything on this list is very doable. We can even figure out some giveaways again, put some money up, vehicles, whatever we think of.
We did get a 10 million grant, so that'll help with some of the stuff for Pride as well.
I forgot to mention that this year, you know, even though we appreciate all of your help, of course, that we don't need as much as last year, because last year we literally started Pride Month with like $1 million, but this year we're starting with around like, I think we have the banking on like $7 million.
Oh, big ball.
So exactly. Yeah. So like we at least have some funds to work with that we don't always have to be like, hey, CG, bail us out, you know? So thank you so much, obviously, for everything you've done for us. But, you know, this will help us a lot.
All right, I'll pass all this on. Anything else you guys need me to know?
No, thank you. That's all, basically.
Well,
thank you for hearing us out and for being an investor.
The only thing is I would ask, and I'm pretty sure everyone else would ask, try to keep this talk to a minimum, like not with just like anybody, obviously, you know, not random Joe Schmo, but like the boys and stuff like that. We're not trying to have that like talks like this kind of like get out there and, you know, get into the ears of big
Yeah, you
Corpo.
don't want people trying to come and screw you over. I understand.
Exactly.
Yeah, like with the Midas stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's the only reason why we didn't make it into books, because they're the only ones who can make books, and I just don't want to risk them hearing about this and then stopping us midway, kind of like how they did with Midas. So that part I'm trying to work with, you know, hopefully I'm gonna campaign hard as shit for Osvaldo so he wins, so he can help us out. But if not, we will still find a way, because, you know, the gays always persevere. I'm sorry. That's how it is.
Gays always
Yeah.
win.
Period.
Yup.
Okay, I'll take care of this. I'll pass this along. I'll let you guys know what he says.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So
Thank
much.
you, Kay.
Just give me a call if you need anything.
Of
Well,
course.
Appreciate you.
All right,
Thank
take
you.
care. Take care.